Sweetwater Stitcher, and I'm back today with another episode of Flosstube. Today is Friday, March 1st, and I am excited to be back with you. I hope everyone has had a great week and have, 2 weeks. I did have a video come out last week and a couple other things come out that I'll mention, but I had my last regular Flosstube was 2 weeks ago. I did last Wednesday, which I forget the date, I was a special guest on Nichol Spohr's channel, and she did a Stitch With Me live with friends, and I was the special guest and talked all about my year with Brenda Gervais, introduced myself, showed some finishes. So if you are interested and you did not have a chance to watch, go ahead and go over there. We did have a couple giveaways, but I believe we have already picked the winners, or Nichol picked the winners. She will be announcing them on her channel. So if you were watching and entered, or if you watched the playback and entered, go over to Nichole's channel, Nichol Spohr, to check on if you are the winner. And I will put a link to her channel in the drop-down box. And thank you to those of you who did watch and were sending in questions and comments. It was so much fun to be on the camera with her, even though I was in Florida and she was in Kansas. So that was last Wednesday. Then on Thursday, I left to go to the Beach Police Retreat. And to my knowledge, it was myself and Alicia, the Fanciful Flamingo, and Jody, who is Simply Stitching Ocala, and other people, obviously, but that was the three people, or the three of us were who I knew were going. And when I got there, my sneaky friends, Chantelle and Nichol, they both showed up and surprised all of us coming to the retreat. So I am really hard to surprise, and I don't know how. I guess they said they just never talked about it, but they had been planning this surprise since September. So I was very surprised. So while we were at the retreat, I then recorded a video, an interview with Chantelle, which is part of her vlog from this past week, and that is on her channel. And she talks to Emily Call, she talks to Nichol, myself, Alicia, the Fanciful Flamingo, Jody, Simply Stitching Ocala, and also Stacy and her husband Brian and their son Danny, who are Thread the Needle Stitchery, and that is who put on the retreat. That was a great episode. If you like to hear about the retreat, or it's really fun seeing multiple people in one video, Chantelle did a great job interviewing all of us. So that is on Chantelle's channel, which is Chantelle 141 Design Company. And I'll put her info in the drop down or in the description box as well. Another thing I wanted to mention, and I have two things, and then I want to get into some showing some stitching. One thing is, if I ever talk about anything and you don't catch it, or I forget to put it in the description box, which if you click below, I try to list everything and put links to as much stuff as I talk about. Please feel free to reach out, and I am more than happy to provide that information to you. A lot of times, even if I have notes, I just start talking and then I don't realize I forgot something or missed something, but I am more than happy to help guide you in the right direction if there's something that you missed. So send me an email to sweetwaterstitcher@gmail.com, or you can write a comment and I'm happy to get that info back to you. One more piece of business and then on to the stitching. I had a couple giveaways that people have not reached out to me. So from episode 67, this was a giveaway, and the winner was Shelly Barron 4661. And then also, this was from the last video, which was Compliments of April, and the winner was Carrie with a C, Peacher or Petcher, Pecher. So please reach out to me, and I would love to get these out to you. If the next video comes and goes and I haven't heard, then I'll just put these back into the giveaway bin. So like 2 more weeks until my next video, and then I'll put them back in. But I just wanted to talk about that. So during the last video, I was experiencing what I would call a finish hangover. Somebody in the comments, they said something to that effect, and I thought, well, that explains it completely. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to stitch, but nothing sounded good. It's almost like when someone says, what do you want for dinner? And you can't decide. You can't pick a restaurant. You can't pick food. That's exactly the feeling that I had. And to me, this is my hobby and this is a craft, and I need to feel inspired to want to work on something. So I knew it would come back at some point. And so what I did is I did pick up a few things, and I'll show what I did pick up before I went to the retreat. But I wanted to make my table gifts. I decided to make some gifts for my roommates, which I showed in the video, and I'll put a link to it right here, where I talked about what I bring to a retreat and also the gifts I brought. And that I posted last Friday while I was at the retreat. And so I had other things to do. I also had to pack. I have 3 small kids. So in order for me to go out of town, there's a lot of preparation. And I think all of that with the finish was all what was playing into this. And I do find that when I am going out of town by myself or to a retreat, there's a lot of stuff to do, and I always kind of feel scattered. So I feel like that played into it a lot. I did get some motivation to get back to some things, which I'll show also in a minute. And that was exciting and really got me motivated. So when I was finished filming the video, my last Flosstube video, I did decide to go through some of my whips that I said I wanted to work on for this year that were not Brenda Gervais. And I did look at the Brenda Gervais pieces. There wasn't anything that was like jumping out and calling to me. So what I worked on was, I pulled this out. This is a little bit of spring by Blackbird Designs. And this piece is actually, it was a kit from Dying to Stitch from last year. So I feel like in the fashion of how cross stitch seems to go, that this I feel like will come out this year. I do not know that for sure, but if you have seen this and want to stitch it, I would be on the lookout sometime this year. So I did not get very much, but it was enough to get some stitching in, and then I kind of moved on. So I already had the border, and what I decided to do was come up and work on the alphabet. Now every single letter is a different color, which is why I didn't get very many letters done. And like I said, I also had things, I went out of town with my family. I also had, Monday was a holiday, so I had the kids at home all day. So there wasn't, between the video and when I left, I didn't have a lot of time. So I was able to get back to this. This is something, not at this moment. Of course, as soon as I get off the video, maybe I will want to do it. But I want to get this out sometime this spring. I don't know if I'll fully take it to completion. It's not that big. I mean, this is the size of it. This is the bottom. So if I sat down, I could probably get this done potentially even in a week, maybe a little bit 2 weeks, but it's so pretty and I love the colors. So I might get this back out. So you might see it coming back to life. Then when I was at the retreat, the first day, I decided, let me get this out. I tried to iron everything, so I have everything. This is in a case by House of Stitch and Stash Rika, which I love. So I decided to pull out, and I have um, the floss still hanging because I was about to get to some more. This is "'Tis Spring" by Brenda Gervais, and I brought this to start at the retreat. It's a small piece. I figured it would be easy to work on, and so when I got to the retreat, this is what I pulled out, and I was able to get this far. I will pull this back out potentially after I finish Channing Street while I'm waiting for the market stuff to come, and I'll talk about that in a minute, to see if I can just power through this and get it done. I love it, and I would love to have this out in my spring decor this year, but we'll see, because I have some other plans brewing in my in my brain, so we'll see what happens. So that was the first thing I worked on at the retreat. Then I worked on a new start. And I had talked about wanting to have a new start at the retreat. And I wasn't sure what it was going to be. If it was going to be a chart she came out with, which the designer was Emily Call, or if it was going to be the retreat piece, which it ended up being this, which is Love and Learning. And I talk about this on Chantelle's video as well. And I love, this is the model. And this picture does not really do it justice. And I know photos are so hard, but seeing the model just like makes it so, it's just awesome. So this is the piece, and you can see that I have changed some of the colors. So I did change my house, which I was laughing on Chantelle's video because when Nichol interviewed me, I said, oh, I'm just sticking to called for colors now. But then, of course, I changed this. So the chart calls for DMC. And also, to preface, this chart is not out yet. It is going to be released as a paper pattern to shops. But I was able to get an extra copy I bought while I was there. And I will be giving a copy of it away on my channel today. So stay tuned to the end to the giveaways, and that is one of the giveaways. So this was charted in DMC. Stacy did not have DMC at the retreat. She did have Classic Colorworks and Gentle Arts. So I pulled Classic Colorworks and Gentle Arts, and one of these is a Cottage Garden thread, this green color. But I wanted to change my house to blue, so I did that. And then I also, like, this letter was a pinky color, so I picked a pink. This was a gray, and so on. So I just picked overdyes that went along with it. And this is as far as I got. And this is the color linen. I also bought this linen there. And this is a new dyer to me. It's Live and Dye LA. And I had never heard of them before. But Emily said they had sent either they were there or had sent a trunk show to Stitch West. And she had tried their linen and really liked it. So I loved this color. This is oatmeal and a 36 count. And so I thought I would try it. And I love the color. And if I could get some more of this, I would most definitely buy this again. I also really enjoy how the linen stitches. So if you see them, they do have a website, and I'll put a link below. Anywhere, I would highly suggest trying the linen. But I love this piece, and I'm going to get back to it. I'm just going to stitch until the grass. I'm not going to stitch this bottom part. So I need to finish the alphabet and the tree, flowers, and the house. And then this one will be finished. Which is, I'm not saying that's going to be done today. That's a lot of stitching, but that's the parts that I'm doing. And also, I will talk about the retreat, but this was a thread keep that I got from the Bougie Stitchers. And they had so many different things they were passing out. They gave us a thread keep, a needle minder, I think there was a scissor fob, and they had so many of them, Nancy and Jenny. So if you don't watch the Bougie Stitchers, go check them out as well. And they're sisters, super fun, and it was really fun to meet them at the retreat as well. And I know they've gone to StitchCon, but they weren't there when I was there, so I hadn't met them before. Okay, and then the piece I have been, as soon as I got home, I don't know what struck me, but I was super motivated to work on Channing Street. This is what the pattern looks like, and this is from Annie B's Folk Art, and this was a This was a piece she came out with at Market last year, which this weekend, starting tonight, which is Friday at 4, tomorrow and some of Sunday, the Needlework Market is happening in Nashville, which, if you don't know what that is a wholesale show for shops to go and purchase patterns and other fabrics, floss from designers and to bring back to their shops. So this piece I got last year. This was her 100th pattern, and it was also a very special tribute to her husband. So she had included a few different things. She had included floss tags that her daughters made. They made a thread keep, or you could put it as a scissor fob. And then they're also, which I think it's in here, they also gave a piece that you can put on a sticker to put on the back of your stitched piece when you're finished with the little, you can see the pattern. So this is the same thing, except for this is the day a little bit earlier. I started working on it a little earlier than right before market. But I kind of gave myself a challenge to get this done. I am going to try my hardest to stitch as much tonight. And then if I need to go through the weekend, which I probably will, I don't see being able to get what I need to get done tonight. I will go through the weekend, but I really want to get this done this weekend. So a couple things that I did differently. Down here in this grass, she charts all kinds of animals. I am not stitching any of the animals. I did stitch the 2 chickens here. So this is all just needs to get filled in. I also, and I realized this after, but I kind of liked this look anyways. First, I changed the colors of the stars to ecru. They were supposed to be, let's see. They were supposed to be 3047, which is kind of a yellowy color. And I wanted them to be white, so I made them ecru. They do kind of ghost into the fabric, which I'm okay. On the camera, they're a little hard to see, but in person, you can see them. You also were supposed to stitch them with 2 strands of thread. This is 36 count. I tried the 2 strands of thread, and I did not like how my stitches looked. And so I just made the decision to just stitch it with 1 thread, which it's total personal preference. Same with these little extras on the vines. Those were supposed to be 2 strands, and I just did 1. I didn't like what mine looked like that. There were supposed to be 2 frogs here. I took the frogs out. I did change the date to 2024 because that is when I'm going to finish this. And then, so the parts I have left to do are fill the grass in and finish the words. These words are over 1. If you are going to stitch this, which I should have known this and I should have done it, but I didn't, I would stitch this cartouche or whatever you call this, the vine, and I would start stitching the over 1 words while I'm stitching other stuff, because it's not hard. I do use the magnifier, but it's very time consuming because I'm going in and out normally I use the sewing method. But while I'm stitching these, I can't do the sewing method. And so it takes a lot of time. I also am trying to be really careful because I want this to look good, because this is a lot of writing. So this is just taking a little bit of time. It's not hard. It's not bad. It just takes time. So I need to finish the words and I need to fill this in. And then this will be finished, and I cannot be more excited that this is done. I loved this piece from when Annie showed it, and I don't know why I didn't pick it up earlier to work on, but like I said, I feel like I have all the things I like, but the mood has to strike me to work on it. So look out on social media for a post for this to be finished in the near future. And that is all that I worked on since seeing you last. So while I was at the retreat, I'll put this over here. While I was at the retreat, I was inspired to buy something. I did buy other things from the retreat. So it's kind of, I'm mixing in the retreat things and the haul and all that. So Alicia, the Fanciful Flamingo, she was working on Nottingham from Kathy Barrick, which I've started that. I'm not going to restart it. I started that when Annie, the Proper Stitcher, and Chrissy, Finally a Farm Girl, they were starting it as a stitch along. And I just haven't picked it back up. But she was stitching hers on 25 count vintage smoky white Lugana over 1. And I said, let me see that, because I know people stitch on the Lugana 25 count over 1, but I have not found a color that I love the look of it. Because I'm really into, even if it's like more of a solid hand dyed, I really like the look of the hand dyeds. So I saw her piece, and then I proceeded to buy myself some. The holes, it looked almost like it was Ada, but it's actually Lugana. And I'm like, I can totally see the holes to stitch over 1. And you would just use 1 strand of thread to stitch on this. So I thought, well, I want to try this. So I bought some of that from 123 Stitch. And that was fun. Then while I was at the retreat, like I said, I bought this oatmeal, which is so pretty. I also, Stacy had a trunk show from Atomic Ranch. And so this is 36 count Vapors, which is kind of like a light blue gray. It's really pretty. And Vanilla Cream, both by Atomic Ranch, 36 count. And this is like, it's just creamy basically. But I have a hard time. I don't really like to stitch on plain white. And sometimes I find that the hand dyed like of cream is yellowy. And so I really like that color. I also bought this, which I was planning to use for something else, but then have decided not to use it for that. This is Embellish by Atomic Ranch. So it has some hints of green within it. It's really pretty. My favorite one of Atomic Ranch is called Weathered Stone, and they didn't have it in 36 count, but I am thinking about ordering some because it's just a really pretty color. Also, I bought, this is From the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. She had a trunk show, and she had this as a display. This is Keeping You in Stitches, and this was from a retreat. So she had this as a whole pillow. Then she also had just this middle part stitched by itself. So realistically, you could stitch any of these 3 parts by themselves as well. This was another, I don't know how I don't own this chart. Jody, Simply Stitching Ocala, she was working on this Penny Spring. This is from Market last year. And somehow I didn't have it. So I got that, and I did get some floss. It's not the called for, so I might pull the called for or use this. But I will not work on this year. But I wanted to get some of the floss just to have. And then I bought some cream and sugar by Fiber on a Whim, which is like to me, it's a staple. Then I was able to buy one of the thread winders, and this is by Stacy's husband, who his company is Union Woodworking, and I don't know if you can, I'll put it below, but they have it engraved here, and this is a thread winder. So you would start at the hole and you would wind your thread, and then you cut and cut. So I bought this, and I will probably just use this as a display until I want to use it. But it's super, super nice. And I don't know how I didn't already have one. And then I bought 2 project bags, which I know you're saying, you don't need any project bags, by Black Cat Stitchery. But I love Tiffany, and her bags are really nice. You can buy them on Etsy as well. This is one that has flamingos. And also, this is a Lori Holt bag. So I love that. And I think that is all that I got from the retreat as far as haul. Then I did, which I'll share this at the end. I'll share the gifts that I got. So let me go into the other haul I have, and then I will show the gifts that I got. Or some of them. Actually, I think I'm going to do haul. Then I'm going to do the giveaways. Because also, while I was gone on the 25th, it was my 2-year Flossiversary. So I had been on YouTube doing Flosstube for 2 years, which is really hard to believe because it feels like just yesterday. But thank you guys, everyone who has been here from the beginning, and lots of people commented. But I'll do those giveaways after the haul, and then I will show some of the more stuff from the retreat. In case you're not interested in seeing that, you can just go to the next video. But let me show you the other haul that I got. So this is one thing, and let me see how I can show these. These are some scissors. These are the either Golden Forge or Gold Forge scissors. They are so nice. I bought them from Hoop and Frame. Which is an online shop. You can buy these, I believe, at the Attic as well. I do have, and I've shown before, some Kohanas, which I love those as well. But these, like, the tip is super, super sharp. And I feel like they have a nice weight, and you can really get in if you have to cut. So I did, while working on Channing Street, there's some satin stitches, and I did have to cut some of those, and it was super easy to use the scissors to cut them. So if you are in the market for scissors, these are a nice scissor at a decent price point. I do not think it's outrageous. And another thing to think about, and every budget or how much money you spend on this stuff is all personal to you. So if I might think it's not, and you might think it is. So I'm just saying that they're good. What was I going to say about them? I forget. If I remember, I'll say it again. But I highly recommend the scissors. Okay. Also, I had pre-ordered from Cedar River Linens, and this is this is an online shop. Jody is the dyer. She had some new colors, and I got Maple Bar in 36 count, which I have an idea for that already, and Spindrift. Spindrift is so pretty. which if you can't tell, I really like neutral fabric. She also had another one, which I didn't buy. I think I'm going to go back and buy because Chantelle had it and she brought it to the retreat and it's really pretty. It's coffee stain. And so these are her 3 new colors. She also has Overcast, which is a favorite of mine. Tephra, Albarium, which is a light color. And then she has, I don't know she has like a red and a green. I don't know the color. I don't know the names of those. But I highly recommend her fabric in general, but these are really good colors. So this was another one, which some excuse I will make to start this, maybe for someone's birthday or a holiday or I don't know. So this is Sarah Barnes by the Scarlet House. I had seen this pattern. I like it. I wasn't like, wow, this is like totally my style. I saw, well, it is my style, but it wasn't like exciting me like, oh my gosh, I need to do this ASAP. I saw Tara Sullivan, Sully Stitches on YouTube show her finish of this with the Vicky Clayton silks. It is so pretty. So I was like, it's another like, if you see someone stitching it or you see the model, it like really, really changes the pattern for you. The colors are so pretty. So I ordered the Vicky Claytons and I'm thinking of doing them on this maple bar. And it calls for old stationery, which I feel like this is similar. So that like really inspired me to buy this and work on it. So again, I didn't even see that in person. I just saw her show it on Flosstube and the colors were amazing. And it like they're so much different than the picture. So that to me is another reason to, if you like a designer, go see if you can see some pieces stitched, like whether it's on a Flosstube or if at a retreat, which there was some pieces at the retreat that one of the attendees had stitched, and the like her stitching, and she used the called for colors. It like made the pattern look totally different than I thought it looked. So seeing it doesn't even have to be a retreat. If you have any groups or on a Zoom and someone's stitching something you like, see if you can see what, like, get them to show it up. So it really makes a difference. Okay, this, I'm in the Fine Floss Club with Fat Quarter Shop, so MPI Silks. These are the colors. It's Valentine Red that came. Also, my friend Felicia, I don't know if she's going to carry these in her shop or not, but she is Floss End Blocks. She ordered me this Smart Go light, which of course it came after the retreat, which is okay because I didn't even use my light, but I want to try this out, and I've heard good things. She was getting one, and I said, well, let me get one too. And then my favorite needles, I got a couple packs, and these are the Peacemaker size 28. And I heard somebody talking, I want to say it was Missy and Kathy on Two Needles Pulling Thread. They were talking about needles because someone was asking them what do they use. And I know they mentioned that Vonna Pfeiffer, she uses size 24 for everything. And she says because it opens the holes, and so the thread doesn't drag, but then it doesn't keep them open. Personally, I just like to use 28 for everything. I like how it feels in my hand, whether it's a 28 count, 32 count, 36, for whatever, I use size 28 needles. And that to me is what needles you like, and the size is completely personal preference. So if you are unsure, I would suggest buying like one pack of multiple different needles and trying them out and seeing what you like the best. Because some people say they're all the same, but I really think that they are different. Each one has something different about it, and you just have to find what you like the best. So that was in there, and then a couple more things. From Victoria Rose Needle Art, I got some more of this Bestitch Me fabric, which is called, what is it called? This one is called Not Another Sampler. And this is by Bestitched Me. And I love this fabric. And she has a lot of Tinka. She has a lot of good fabric. And then this was something fun I just happened upon when I was on her website is she is offering, which I think it's still open, I didn't go check, a Classic Colorworks Belle Soie, which are their silks, floss club. So every month you get 5 colors, and this was the first one I got, and these are the colors. And I thought, well, that's really fun. I love Belle Soie silk, and this would be a good way to collect them. So I got my first one of that, and I'll put her shop below if you are interested in getting these. They are kind of expensive if you're buying them for a project. They do, of course I zipped the bag. They do have a lot more thread on them. It's 12 stranded and 5 yards. So there's more. Normally it's only 6 stranded, so it's double the amount. And it's silk. But I love these colors. I love everything about it, and I thought it would be a great way, like I said, to collect some of them. Then this was from Country Stitches Online, which is Brenda Gervais' website. Christine with Hollis Hands Creates had been stitching this. This is called Feather Your Nest. And this is really funny. I'm not going to show you the pattern, but I'll show you the back of it. So this is pattern number 36. And when I pulled this out the other day, I was laughing. So normally your pattern comes in if it was like multiple pages, it'd be 4 individual sheets. This pattern comes on this giant piece of legal paper. So you can see it really good, but I just thought it was really funny because I've never seen a pattern stitched like that. But I feel like because it's older, that's how that pattern is. So I found that interesting because I have a couple, but I don't feel like any of them are like that. But this is so pretty. And this I bought to go with my other tomato pieces. So I did not have that. And, I have some more linen to show. I also was able to snag this. This is Blue Ribbon Designs, and she only has bags every so often. I love her style with the zipper on the top. I don't think she has any more of these. This is a Blackbird fabric, and then this is an additional little thread bed with pockets and stuff. So I was able to get that. Like I said, I love her bags. And last but not least, some more linen. So I bought, this is 36 count eucalyptus, which I feel like something from Market is stitched on this, and I cannot remember. This is by Fox and Rabbit, and I did buy it from Hollis Hands Create on Etsy. I love her shop. That's Christine. She's who was stitching Feather Your Nest. I also bought some 40 count fog. This is for the Christmas, 12 Days of Christmas by Liz Matthews. So that is, I don't know how I'm fitting that into my plan, but I want to get those things done. And every time I go to pick them up, something else comes in front of them. But they're so pretty, and I just want to get them done. So look for those in the near future, too. Okay, let me start over, or tell you what this is. So I am in Fox and Rabbit's Patreon. The level I'm at, you get 2 fat quarters. I believe it's every quarter. They must have been behind. I didn't even know, because one day I get a notification that something's coming from them. I'm like, I didn't order anything. Then I realized they put a post. It was the Fabric of the Month Club. And then 4 fat quarters showed up. And then I went back and read, and they said they were behind. I apparently didn't even realize. They're so pretty. So this is flannel flower. And last time I was talking about how my other piece of flannel flower looked yellow. This piece definitely does not look yellow. It looks more gray. And it has that stinking light up here. Maybe you can see. I'm trying to cover. It definitely has more gray modeling. It's really pretty. So I want to find something to do that. This is paper bark, which I love this color. I've done some things on this. Eureka and Ocean Air. So pretty. They're all fat quarters. I'll put those in my bucket to get to. Okay. Let's see. Now I'm all scattered. Let's go ahead and do the giveaways. And then I am going to share a couple pieces from Market and kind of what my plan is with that. And then I'll talk about the retreat. So let's go ahead and do the giveaways. For the giveaways today, in order to enter, you do need to like the video, be a subscriber, be over 18, and also US only, please. In order to enter, you need to answer the question of what is your favorite Market release. And if you have more than one, you can put more than one in there. Also, I would like you to use the numbers that I attach to the pattern. So I have 10 giveaways, so you'll use the numbers 1, 2, 3, and so on for what you are interested in. So for number 1, we have Bringing Good Cheer by Blackbird Designs. So you would answer the question and put number 1 for this. Number 2 is these 3 patterns from the Garden Club series. So all of this together is number 2. So number 6, 8, and 10. That is again number 2. Number 3 is the Little House Needleworks. This is the whole series of the Farmhouse Christmas. So you get all 9 parts to complete Farmhouse Christmas. That is number 3. Number 4 is the whole series. And this is, how many are in this? 9 again. This is the whole series for Fall on the Farm by Little House Needleworks. So you get all the patterns to complete that. That's number 4. Number 5 is, this is one of Emily's Call's new designs. Kindness Begins with Me. And this is also, is getting released to shops, but it's not out yet. That's number 5. This is number 6, Love and Learning, which is the pattern I started. Number 7 is April Wordplay by Brenda Gervais. Number 8 is Scarlet Berries by the Scarlet Letter. That's number 8. Number 9 is H. Purdy 1822 by Needlework Press. And number 10 is, this is a sampler for all seasons by the Scarlet House. Sorry for the glare. And this is an entire kit. Linen, threads, and everything to complete the large piece and the smaller piece. So this is number 10. This is the whole shebang. Okay? And that is all of the giveaways. You do have until the next video recording to enter, and it will be 2 weeks, so not next Friday, but the Friday after. So you leave the comment, do all of the other things, and you'll be entered. And I'll use a random comment picker to pick the winners. All right, so before I go to the Beach Please recap / show some of the things I got, I did want to mention a couple of the needlework market releases. I did put in a pre-order with my local LNS, which is Needle Orts in Altamont Springs, Florida. They will shop for what I pre-ordered and anyone else who pre-ordered with them. They will bring it home from market, and then next Saturday, which is the 9th, I believe, they will have a market day when they'll have all of the new releases there to go shop and pick up. I will be going sometime in the morning, more than likely when they open around 10, to pick my stuff up and see if there's anything else I didn't pre-order that they brought back that I'm interested in. Now, as you all know, I have previously mentioned that I am starting only with dye needle and thread things this year. I did have a couple exceptions I already talked about. And I'm not completely, I'm not abandoning that. However, I did decide I wanted to have a couple starts and work on things from market. So what I did was I picked, and they are my favorite, but I also have others that are also my favorites. But I just tried to be realistic. So I picked one that's a really large piece. I picked something else that was kind of medium, and then I picked something small. And those are the 3 starts that I'm going to have after market. Then I will have the charts that I bought, and I'll save them. And of course, I would like to stitch more of them. But I still want my year to be focused around with dye needle and thread. But there was just a couple charts, well, more than a couple, but I couldn't start more than a couple, that I really wanted to work on. So the first one, and I'll put a picture right here, is Charlotte Mcgillis and Posy. And this is by Little Robin Designs. Now, this is a market exclusive. And what that means is that it's released only to those shops attending market for a certain amount of time, and then it will be released to any other shop that didn't attend market. So if your shop did not, you can find another shop that did, or your shop is able to get it after it's either 4 or 6 weeks, I'm not sure. So check out if you're interested in that. I love the colors on it. Just all about it is spring, and it's really pretty. The next one, which this was really my motivation to get Channing Street done, is Mini Mansions by Annie Beez Folk Art. And I felt like it would be a great addition to go next to my Channing Street. This house is a yellow house, and then I have the red house. It's just so pretty. And stay tuned for that pattern because I will be hosting a stitch along to go along with that. And then my last one, so that was like the medium. And then my last one, which is a big piece, and I understand it's big, and I have other big pieces by her and other people going, but I just could not stop looking and like admiring the beauty in this piece. And that piece is Serenity by Teresa Kogut. And so I am going to be starting Serenity. I haven't decided if I am going to break it down to have assignments, or if I'm just going to start stitching on it and see how much I can get done and then put it down for a little bit. So we'll see once it comes. But I did already look at all the floss for those 3 patterns, and I have already gone through my stash, and then what I didn't have, I put it in order with 1, 2, 3 stitch. So the floss is on the way. Charlotte Mcgillis, I think I know what fabric. I have the called for fabric for Mini Mansions, which I'm considering using. It's Dolly Madison by Needle and Flax. And then Serenity is the only one I'm not sure what fabric I want to use. It calls for Up in the Attic by Fox and Rabbit. I love that color. I don't have a really big piece of it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need at least a fat half. So I did pull a few other colors in 40 and 36 count that I have. So I'm waiting for the floss to come, which I bought the called for colors for all 3 of them. I'm waiting for the floss to come to put it on the fabrics and see if any of the ones I pulled are the right coloring. So the rest of what I bought, I will be happy to share at the next video, which I will have bought it by then. But if you're in the area and you don't know about Needle Orts, go ahead and come to the market day next week. And they're open from 10 to either 4 or 5, I can't remember, on Saturday. I want to say it's 5. So come check out the shop, and they'll have all the good stuff. Okay, I'm going to go back to the other camera to show you some of the things I received from the retreat. So if you're not interested in this would be the time. I'm not going to talk about anything else but this. So if you are not interested, then I will see you next time. If you are, stay tuned. So the first thing is not the scissors, the scissor keep. This was from Nichol Spohr. She made these, and she also shows a tutorial on her video, not on her video. The tutorial is a video. She shows a tutorial on her channel how to make these. So if you're interested, but I absolutely love it. I immediately put it on my scissors and haven't taken it off since. So that was the first thing, and it came in a little cute bag. I don't know. I'm sure I'll uncover the bag. So these were all from my table. This was from Chantelle. She gave us these bags. And then inside the bags, there was some candy. She also gave us, these are the new paddles for Kathy with Hands-On Design, her Gather Round series, along with her other round pieces fit on there. These, which are thread drops, and then her niece made, I believe it's her niece, makes these embroidered Michigan thread rings. That was in there. And some lip balm. So that was fun. And of course the bag is also fun. Then let's see what else. Okay, this was, I just have it all in a big bag. So, okay, this was from Jody, Simply Stitching Ocala. She gave us, there was candy in here. And then also, she had these made, which I thought, well, there was little scissors. Then she had this, which it was these little wooden pieces that say Retreat Friends, and then it has her name. And then she glued magnets to the back for a needle minder. And that was attached to her thread bed. But I thought it was so smart to do it this way so she can give these out at all of her retreats, because it wasn't specific to one retreat. So this, it was in this bag along with some candy, which obviously I've already eaten the candy. Also, trying to get to this. This was, oh my goodness, this was another table gift. Let me get, so it was, oh my goodness, I did not get this together good enough. This was from Kathy at our table. Sorry. So it was this clutch from Starlight Stitching Co. And we all got different clutches. A Just Cross Stitch magazine, pen, some floss, and she had them all in these cute little baskets. So I thought that was a great idea. And there was some other candy in here too. Or this is a pencil. But I thought that's such a good idea to have out handy for, or not out, a great a table gift. Sorry, I'm losing my words here. Then from Jenny Massini, who she was not a table mate, she was just a friend. She gave a couple of us this awesome candle. So pretty, from Rifle Paper Company. Oh, here. This was from Alicia, the Fanciful Flamingo. And I thought this was a really great idea. So if you're looking for more table gifts, here's more ideas. She bought this. This is her floss cards. They were attached to the zipper. And then in it is a bunch of essentials. So I think I'm going to put this in my retreat bag. Tissues, wet ones, Tylenol, hand sanitizer, and some lip balm. So you could just keep this in your retreat bag, and then you always have the essentials when you go. And I'm thinking about doing that with this bag. And the bag is super cute. And this is like a pencil pouch, which I thought that's a great idea for a bag for those things. Then this was from Brenda Weiss, and there were some treats in there. And in the bag was an ornament to put your orts in, some pretty beachy pins, and hand sanitizer. So I thought that was a great idea for a gift. Also, this was from Emily, which also had candy in it. She has a card with one of her stitch pieces on it. And it had, I think it had a pin on it. I took it off because it was poking me. And then this cute, and I don't know if she made this or not, but this cute, kind of feel like maybe she did, thread holder. She also gave, I believe she was giving this to everyone, this free pattern. Then some more floss tags. This is from Lori P.E. on Facebook, her cute dog. This is from Lynn X Stitches Creates, and she is a bag maker who had her bags there along with a floss tuber. And so she gave us some charms, a little beachy charm and some 2024 charms. Teresa Garden Goose, she had this a great idea. These are old playing cards, and then she put a sticker on the back so you could write whatever your floss was. But she bought us Florida ones. I thought that was a great idea. This was from Jenny Bird, Sal, and Danish Stitcher. This cute card with another 2024 charm. These were some from Shelly Nichols, who she is the one who I saw a whole ton of her finished pieces, and oh my goodness, this is her Instagram. Go follow, I don't know if you can see it. Go follow her if you don't. She has beautiful, beautiful stitching. Holly Neal, who is Hobbies of Holly, was giving out some thread cards as well. This was the needle minder from the Bougie Stitchers, and I believe I also have like a scissor fob, so that was cute. This was a sweet pack. I believe this is from Laura. So she has some, like a fat quarter, and some other fun things in this. Let's see. This was from the Bougie Stitchers, the scissor fob. This was what the gift from Nichol was in. She also made these, and she shows that on her video. This is from Peppermint Cottage, a cute beachy thread bling. And that was some, like, so she walked around and handed this out to everybody. So this, or any of these, like, this is an example of some of the things that people bring to everyone. But then you also, like, so this is Tammy Totten. She had these, which could be passed around. So I feel like there's a wide variety if you're interested in giving stuff to everybody. This is a little notebook. I don't know where that came from. This was a little needle book. It looks like a matchbook from Notorious Needle. So cute. This was from Mardi Gras Beads, this little dog that Athena, she made this. So cute. This was in our swag bag from Stacy and Brian. Along with, I also, oh my goodness, I also got this in my swag bag. Well, this is a schedule. So she has the whole schedule in the bag. Then I got that chart and this in my swag bag. And I believe there was something else. These, which are from Adam Hart. She had these made. These are what we got from, I also got in my box from Carrie from Tiger Lily Designs. This was another gift. Let me pull that out. Oops, okay. This was from, I want to say the name. Yep, Donna Goss. She had these cute bags, and inside the bag had all of these cute things in it. And these, isn't that so adorable? And this bag was so cute. So there's just like so many amazing things, and there's a couple more, and then I have the retreat piece. So this was from, this is a Como Stitches bag. This was from Alicia as our roommate gift, which, like I was saying, it is not necessary, but if you are a gift giver and you feel like you want to do that, then by all means. And then this was from Christine, I believe. And she has a card too. Yep, Christine, and this is her shop on Etsy. See if I can show it. So she made this amazing bag with the cute, she said she put these tags on her, which I don't know if you can see it. It's like a clear acrylic. You can write with Sharpie and then erase it with alcohol. And then a fat quarter and some nuts. That was so sweet and cute, and I'm looking forward to putting a project in this bag as well. And then I did get a couple things from, oh, this was also from Tammy Totten. She had these made from Stephanie, who is the New England stitcher, and you can wrap your floss around there, but so cute. And this I put in my my jewelry case, so I thought that was cute. And I did talk about the jewelry cases on Chantelle's video. it was really fun to have it at the retreat. I just had it sitting there, and then as people brought me stuff, I'd put it in there, and it like decorated my whole jewelry case. So that's another thing, is you don't have to really put anything in it. And if you bring it to a retreat or something, or as you get little gifts, it's fun to put them in there, and then it reminds you of the people who gave them to you whenever you see them. So that is all of the little fun things. Oh, one more thing. This was the retreat piece. How could I forget that? And this piece, so it was designed by Emily Call, and it was given to us kitted. You will be able to purchase, if you're interested, from Stacy at Thread the Needle Stitchery. She will be posting it in her on her website, and you can purchase this from her for the next year. And this is the first one. And if you did not attend the retreat, you could easily just not put that on there. But this is so cute. And then this was a smaller piece that is featured on one of Chantelle's boards, the On the Edge board. So that we did get it all kitted with Ada and Floss to stitch that up. The retreat was awesome. Stacy and Brian and all of her friends that helped behind the scenes did an amazing job. The resort was awesome. They provided lunch. That was great. They had tea and coffee and water all day long. The room was nice and big. They had set up their shop they had a couple trunk shows. They were there. There was plenty of shopping. You could go out to dinner. There was things close by. You could go walk on the beach, sit by the pool, whatever. It was so much fun. I know that I know they're moving at some point to Tennessee. It was an overwhelming yes to do another retreat from everybody. So they don't know where or when it's going to be, but look out for announcements, and I'll be sure to announce it on here when they come up with what's going on. I know they're at market this weekend. And same with this. I don't know if it's on our site yet, but it will be there. But she came home from the retreat. She has a 9-to-5 job during the week, and this is her side job that they do. So this will be on the site. I don't know when, but look out for that, and look out for Emily Call for her other releases. The Love and Learning and Kindness Begins With You, I think is what it's called. But those will be coming out and going to shops. I know she said she was going to get in contact with shops after she got back. So look out for that. I can't wait to hear what your market releases are. But until next time, I hope you have a great couple weeks, get lots of stitching in, and just enjoy life. So I'll talk to you guys later.